It has finally happened, the most anticipated transfer in Canadian soccer for the past 5 years, basically. Jonathan David is leaving Lille. After 5 years in France with Lille, Jonathan David's contract is up and he is leaving as a free agent to join Italian giants Juventus. Jonathan David leaving Lille has been in the rumor mill since quite literally the end of his first season in France. He joined 5 years ago, leaving Ghent of the Belgian league, and basically quickly established himself as one of the top strikers in the French league, being close to the top of league scoring in all of his 5 years there, ending his Lille career with 87 league goals in 178 league appearances and 109 goals in 232 appearances in all competitions. Also helping Lille shockingly win the French league in his first season in 2020-2021. And throughout this whole time, the transfer mill has been spinning. Rumors that he had been linked to Juventus before even this year, AC Milan had came up, even Real Madrid had came up, United, Chelsea, all big teams around Europe were supposedly interested in the Canadian striker. And now that he's a free agent, he is leaving Lille for a free to go join Juventus. Now, what does Juventus mean for Jonathan David? Well, at Lille, he was established as their #1 striker. He wasn't when he first joined. But basically, for the past 4 seasons, David has been Lille's established #1 striker, and he hasn't disappointed. He's now joining a Juventus team that has Dusan Vlahovic, but that means that there is going to be heavy competition for minutes for David. Now, this could pull the best out of him and he could go and become Juventus's starting #9, or if his form starts lacking, we could see a situation where he falls short of minutes, which would not be ideal for anyone involved. There also is potential that they could play him slightly farther back as more of a number 10, which we've seen him play for Canada on several occasions. Not a completely foreign position to him, as usually with Canada plays with 2 strikers, he sits a little bit behind Kyle Larin or Promise David now in the Canadian formation, so he could also work in a 2-striker setup with Vlahovic ahead of him. But David is finally getting his well-deserved move up to one of the big 4 leagues in Europe. And going to Juventus, he's now going into a situation where he's going to be playing Champions League football this season, something which he did play very well in the Champions League of Lille last season, but they didn't qualify for the Champions League this year. So good that he's going to be able to continue playing Champions League football, and also adds now a second Canadian playing on a historically massive club in Europe following Alphonso Davies with Bayern Munich. This now gives us 2 Canadian players playing for true giant European clubs. Buchanan with Milan is kind of a fringe one if that counts, because I mean he was loaned out for the back half of last season and he doesn't really get minutes at Milan. But following Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David at Juventus is now the second biggest move, maybe in Canadian soccer history. And Juventus here adds a striker who basically all he's done his entire career, everywhere he's gone, is just consistently score goals. I know I was talking about, oh, if the form isn't great early on, things might go bad. I don't have that concern, because if there's one thing Jonathan David has proven, whether it's for Canada or Ghent or Lille, everywhere he goes, this guy scores. At about the same clip every season, everywhere. He should be potting you around 20 league goals this season, and that makes an elite striker in this day and age. So best of luck to Jonathan David at Juventus. Hopefully this move allows him to elevate his game to yet another level, playing in a tougher league in the Serie A, and that can only bring good things for the Canadian national team as well if David continues to step up and improve as he goes on now to a bigger club. So that is for this video. As always, if you'd like to hit like, if you want to see more of my stuff, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, link is down below in the description, and I will see you next time.